helicopter and a fire truck together, the news can't be good. But today, this is all for fun. Paducah Park Services Touch a Truck is today. I'm Pam Spencer, your host for Your City at Work. We're going to take a look at some of these great vehicles. Touch a Truck has been going on for 10 years or so, sponsored by the Paducah Park Services. And joining me now is Recreation Superintendent Amy Clark to tell us, how do you set something like this up? I've been watching all the trucks roll in this morning. How long do you have to prepare for this?
Believe it or not, it only takes about 6 weeks. We send out letters to the businesses that have participated in the past and just remind them that it's coming up, just kind of like a save the date. And then we start calling them about 3 weeks out and just seeing if they can confirm with us whether or not they'll be here. And then we send reminder letters the week of and they show up, and it just kind of goes from there.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Now, how many different, organizations and agencies do you have out here?
We contacted 23 and we're only missing one, so we have 22 people out here. And like EPUB is one of those, and they brought 5 trucks. So just because there's 23 organizations doesn't mean that that's what we're limited to with all the vehicles. So.
Has it grown a little bit each year?
It has. We always try to add a new company. This year we actually have 2 fire trucks. We've never had the ladder truck before, so that's a great addition. And then, SWAT is always the favorite with the robot, and the ambulance is here, and so it's always a really good thing. And of course the helicopter. So.
Oh yes, we got the video of the helicopter landing. We wanted to make sure that we were here early enough to see it land.
Right.
Now tell us a little bit about, how do you place the vehicles? There's got to be like an art, because we're all coming in just very nicely going in like a dance.
Yeah, I cannot take credit for that. Every year that I've done it, I'm just like, just park here. But Lacey had it all planned out, and she parked them where she wanted them. So we have our construction zone, and then we have our EMS and fire zone. And so she mapped it all out and then told them where she wanted them when they came in.
And that's Lacey Barnhill. She's a new recreation specialist.
Yeah.
Okay, she just started working for Paducah Park Services.
This is actually her first event, so.
Well, it's going well already.
She did good.
And you're expecting a lot of kids to come out here, school groups.
Yes, we have about 350 that have RSVP'd, and then we prefer that they do, just so that we have an idea of how many are going to come, but they don't always do that. Most of the kids that you see right now are just individual families that have come out, so.
Was there anything else you want to share about Touch a Truck?
This is a scary event to think about, but it's completely safe. I mean, you see moms with strollers out here, no cars are moving around. They get here early, so we don't have anybody coming in while people are walking or anything like that. We a lot of times will partner with Quilt Museum, and they'll open up their gallery for tours and stuff like that. So it's, a community effort.
It's only 2 hours, but it's so much fun for 2 hours.
Right.
All right, Amy, go park some more vehicles if you need to.
Thank
you so much for joining us.
No problem.
Well, you saw this helicopter land at the beginning of the episode. I've now found the pilot, Randy David, and he is here to tell us about this helicopter and your role. First, tell me, who do you work for?
I work for PHI Air Medical. It's a company that started out in the Gulf of Mexico in support of the natural gas and oil industry offshore. They've since branched out in the EMS industry, and now we have helicopters all over the country. The base I work at is right outside of Paducah here by the Paducah International Raceway. So we have crews on duty 24 hours a day. We have 1 pilot, 1 flight paramedic, and 1 flight nurse on duty 24/7, 365.
So if we see a helicopter fly to Western Baptist Hospital, this is the helicopter?
Yes, 99% of the time. There will be an occasional helicopter come from Tennessee or from an outlying area, but 99% of the time it'll be us. We service Western Baptist, Lourdes, and several other hospitals in the western part of Kentucky and Tennessee.
Okay, was it tricky to actually land right here?
Actually, we have to take into account several variables. For example, that light pole right there, those wires, the fire truck with the ladder sticking up. This is actually a really good place to land. We've landed in some tighter spots in this, but typically what we'll do is we'll circle and do a high recon, check out everything real good. All the crew members are looking out the windows telling me what's in the way, and we determine which way we're going to come in and which way we're going to go back out. So this, as far as LZs goes, is a really good one. So This is very typical for us.
Typical.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about the helicopter.
Okay.
What is available for the patient? And
Right. This is the EC-135. It's a Eurocopter product. It's state-of-the-art, designed almost exclusively for EMS.
Okay.
From the pilot standpoint, it's as good as it gets. It's got cruise control. We've got dual GPSs in there. Navigation-wise, it's beautiful. It's a joy to fly. It's small enough we can get in and out of small places. And also the medical crews have a full suite of emergency room, basically a flying emergency room back there.
Wow.
So they can do everything from a bandage to extremely severe traumatic type cases. They can explain further as you walk around the helicopter what exactly they do. But we have everything on board to treat that patient and get them to the higher level of care, whether it be here in town or Louisville, Nashville, Vanderbilt. We go to Vanderbilt quite a bit, Evansville, things like that. Does about 120 miles an hour ground speed, so it's twice as fast as a ground unit, and we don't have to put up with traffic lights and traffic and stuff like that. So our time en route is drastically reduced. So it comes in real handy that way, especially for high-level trauma cases.
Okay, well, Pilot David, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to probably walk around and take a look at the helicopter.
Stop by. Help yourself. Look around all you want to. They'll answer any further questions for you.
We have found some of the hardest working vehicles on this side of Touch a Truck. We've got a road grader behind us, and here to tell me more about the different City of Paducah vehicles and what the road grader does, we have our street superintendent, Pat Stevenson, here with us. Hey, Pat.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Tell us about this road grader. A lot of people don't see him close up.
Right, and probably don't see it a whole lot anyway. This particular piece of equipment, the city's got hundreds of alleys that we use. Our garbage trucks use to pick up the garbage, some of them. And this piece of machinery here, we're basically used to keep those alleys smooth, keep the potholes out of them where people can travel them. A lot of people use them to get to the back of their properties for the parking areas or garages and whatnot. So you don't see this piece of equipment out on the street much because it's kind of behind the scenes being used.
Is it mainly for a gravel road?
Yeah, mainly gravel. We use it, a lot of work that's being done out at Noble Park, we use it out there to smooth the ground up, things like that. So it's just basically a big smoothing piece of equipment to make everything nice and smooth.
I noticed the big teeth. Is that just a gear? Or?
Yeah, that's just a big gear up under that thing that rotates that blade around, so depending on which way you're cutting, how you want your blade set, things like that.
Tell us about some of the other pieces of equipment that you brought from engineering and public works.
One of our dump trucks out here, which of course these things, you see them all over town. We haul rock, we'll haul limbs, tree limbs, brush. We use these trucks every day for everything. They're just a multi-use tool for whatever we're doing that particular day.
And we also brought some garbage trucks. They're over there. I don't know if the camera can pan.
Right over here we've got one of our smaller garbage trucks, what they call a mini packer, compared to our bigger full-size garbage trucks. He has certain routes that he runs where it's hard to get areas where he has to get in and get out easily. And then we've got that's called a knuckle boom. And what that truck's function is mainly is picking up brush. You see people pile their brush up out on the street. He goes around throughout the city and picks up brush and things that we call pay piles where people will put like large items, couches, old appliances, things, and then we pick that stuff up with that machine.
It's basically a big claw.
It's just a big claw.
Okay, we use that a lot during the ice storm.
A whole lot. In fact, we had to rent another one. We had to get another extra one in here to help us even try to make a dent in the stuff. So those are very handy, useful tools, and they're used every day.
How big is the fleet for the City of Paducah?
The actual fleet, as far as when we say fleet, we're talking about police cars, fire trucks, our equipment, smaller equipment like lawnmowers and all that. We have roughly over 600 items that the fleet has to maintain.
And we maintain them. The City of Paducah maintains their own vehicles.
Maintains everything. Like I say, from police cars, fire trucks, everything that's rolling, the City of Paducah maintains it, every bit of it.
So we do have a mechanic shop, or?
Yes, we have a full-blown mechanic shop. We can do anything that needs to be done.
That is incredible. Yeah. Well, Pat, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And have a great afternoon out here. Well, you're taking a look at the bomb suit, and we have the bomb robot here. I have Anthony Copeland with the Paducah Police Department to tell us about what is all this equipment.
Well, so we're the bomb squad. We we operate out of the police department. We're all officers. I'm a detective. We have 2 other sergeants on the squad. Sergeant Smith and Sergeant Gilbert. Officer Rigdon is our newest member of the squad. We respond to pretty much the region. We go to the all the way up north. We've been to Illinois, been down to southern Kentucky, down the Hickman County area. Anywhere we need to go, we'll go to help. We'll assist state police in a lot of their operations and such. You see, we've got a lot of our tools out here on display today. We've got a robot. We've got one of our bomb suits. Some of the equipment that we use for we call general disruption, is our pan here, along with our helmets.
Now, what is this?
This is our pan. It's pretty much just a shotgun barrel, but we expel water from it. We've got different rounds depending upon the different packages that we might come into contact with.
Okay. Oh, and then you've got the shields and the bomb uniform. How heavy is that suit?
That suit's about 95 pounds. It's made out of Kevlar. It's got multiple ceramic plates inside of it.
Okay.
This is the newest one that they make. It's a 9, which means that it's got upgraded shielding on it. It's also there's a little difference in the system in the back of the helmet. This has a fan inside of it. Helmet's heavier, but it affords us more protection, a little more mobility.
About how many calls do you guys get a year?
It depends year to year.
Okay.
On average, I believe on average last year we had about 35 to 40 calls.
Wow.
Not exactly that number, but that's on average last year.
And one of the best pieces of equipment that you have is the robot.
Absolutely. The robot's great. We are very, very fortunate to have the robot. It keeps us remote. Our goal is to show up on scene and to ensure the safety of the public.
And yourselves, too.
And ourselves.
Yeah.
Public first and then ourselves. That's what all bomb squads are going after is public safety and then personal safety and the safety of the officers and other emergency responders. This robot helps us stay remote. When we show up, we don't want to have to run up there and go right up to something we don't know. We send the robot down to the device, to the package. We can look at it. We can operate pretty much most of our equipment off it. I can use an X-ray off this. Again, I can use our pan disruptors. We've got 2 mounted on here. Okay. It affords us a lot of flexibility, and keeps us from putting ourselves in dangerous situations unnecessarily. If the situation calls for it, we don't have a problem donning the suit and going down the scene to take care of the device. But this is number one. This is what they teach us: go stay remote. Go remote, stay remote.
And what are some of the different features on this? I mean, this is obvious. This looks like it could pick up the package.
That's correct. This gripper is great because although it has a good grip to it, you can put like a styrofoam cup in it. You can put different things in it, and it's not going to crush them.
Okay.
It's made just to have a strong enough grip to do what we need to do without overdoing it. The other, like I said, is our pans. We've got dual pans. We've got these 2 lasers that we use for sighting in on the device. The big thing that which is great about this is the cameras. We've got multiple cameras. We've got these 2 here.
Okay.
We've got one that's a 360 color camera on the mast.
Is that it right there?
Along with the drive cameras. We've been fortunate enough that we have another robot on the way. It is an upgraded version of this. This is getting older, as you can see. It's been on many, many calls. It's been there and back. And the new robot is going to give us a chance to just be more dynamic on scenes. So instead of just having to work with one and being limited, we can do more dynamic operations with the additional robot. So we're really looking forward to getting that.
Is it a little bit smaller, narrower?
It's going to be a little smaller, a little lighter, but although it's smaller and lighter, it's actually going to be stronger. It'll pick up more weight. It'll be more flexible, and it's going to be a great machine. We're really looking forward to getting it.
Tell us more about the suit. You said it was about 90 pounds?
Yeah, about 95 pounds suit.
95, wow.
Yeah, 95 pounds. And it's got ceramic plates throughout. It's made of Kevlar. And on the back here, we have a turtle shell on the back.
Okay.
It's a hard plate that acts as a back support. It's made to withstand heat, overpressure. If someone were to go off, it's going to give us a certain level of protection from shrapnel.
Okay.
It's cumbersome, but it keeps us safe. That added dimension of safety.
Does it have air that comes into it?
No, it doesn't have air that comes into it. It's got
Okay.
the fans in the helmet. That's not for cooling as much as fresh air in the helmet.
Okay.
Believe me, even on the coldest day in the winter, you will sweat in this. This is very, very hot.
Okay. Well, Detective Copeland, thank you so much for telling us about the bomb squad and the different equipment, and stay safe.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's getting busier and busier out here for Touch a Truck because of all the school kids that are coming out. And so I am joined now by a teacher. I have Michelle Gordon with me from McNabb Elementary. Now, what grade do you teach?
I teach first grade.
First grade. And these are your students behind us?
They are, yes.
Now tell us about the benefits of Touch a Truck. How can you relate it to a first grade's curriculum?
Well, it just gives the children the opportunity to really touch the trucks.
Right.
You know, I mean, we can talk about, we have a transportation unit, we have a career unit, but nothing's like seeing it. So we bring the kids down, they get to talk to the people who do the jobs, they get to see the trucks they use, and it just provides opportunities that we wouldn't have otherwise.
And you can bring this into units all year long, can't you?
Absolutely. We'll refer to it throughout the year. We'll say, do you remember when we did this? Or do you remember when we saw that downtown? And so it's endless opportunities for us.
How many years have you brought students down here?
This is my first year.
Oh, wow.
But I know that our school has been bringing children several years.
Okay.
So I just switched to first grade, so it's been a great experience for me.
And these kids are having a great time.
They love it.
Oh,
They
this
love
is
it.
wonderful out here. Well,
Yes.
Michelle Gordon, thank you so much for
All right,
joining us.
thank
and
you.
have a great time with your students.
We will. Thank you very much.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
It's loud. What grade are you guys in?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. All right. Do you guys know what number to call when you wake up in the middle of the night and your house might be on fire or filled with smoke?
What number do you call?
Do you guys know which number to call?
What's the emergency number? 911.
Can you yell it for me?
911.
Did everybody else hear it? Can you all yell 911 one time really loud so everybody else can hear you? Good job. Good job. Good job. Do you guys know what to do if you wake up in the middle of the night and your room's filled with smoke? Do you guys know how to get out of your bedrooms? Do you know what to do? What do? Do you remember?
Call 991.
999 99991?
And you get out of the house.
Do you know how you get out of your room now? Do you stand up or do you get low on the floor? You crawl, right? Do you know why you crawl? All the bad air, everything that's in the smoke that's bad, you don't want to breathe that. So if you get real low to the ground and you crawl like on your belly, that's all good air where you can breathe that in. Right? Yeah? What's the phone number to call again?
911.
Good job, good job. And does your mommy and daddy, your brothers and sisters know what to call to? Okay, good. So when you guys go home today, are you gonna tell them if anything ever happens, if your house catches on fire, to call 911? Yeah, kinda? All right, well, good deal. Anytime you guys wanna come see us or ask us questions, you guys come down and see us, okay? Good. Good deal? All right, thanks guys, have a good day.
I am here with an old friend, OLE, not OLD.
That's right.
We gotta
We're
make sure
old friends.
we're old friends from Local 6. It's changed names over the year.
It might have been News Channel.
It was News Channel 6 when I was there. This is Mike Spissinger, chief photographer there at Local 6, and you are here with one of the microwave trucks.
We got two of the microwave trucks. We have two of them. This is one of them. And what we do is, for the kids. I mean, the kids would tell them just take their picture, and they pretty much get to see it on his monitor. Like your camera dude, he gets to see himself.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, that works out real well. And then they'll just kind of look at that, and they want to know what that big antenna is on top. But for the most part, what this is, we take this truck for fires or press conferences, or the president comes in, or whatever the reason is that we feel we need to be there live. We'll go live, and we have cables where you can hook it up to your camera, but we now have the capability to hook up a microwave, so I can go somewhere without any cables at all, and it'll send it back to the truck. Goes through a bunch of electronic stuff that if I tried to explain it, I'd be wrong, and I'd also bore you because I don't know anything. But I know how it works.
You know how to do
why
it,
it
though.
works, yeah. But we send it on up the antenna, and then it goes back to the TV station, and from there, it's called a feed, and they'll take the feed and figure out what what the shots that they like of mine, what they don't like, what we need to have them show, and different things like that. And the editors can pick out what they want.
And you can do some editing here, can't you?
Well,
we used to.
We used to have an editing system. Now, actually, I don't have it with me now, but everything's went computerized.
Right.
So we have a computer laptop that we can bring here and edit and send stuff right back. It's not here today because, well, it's back in the edit room being used for editing. Yeah. But I've spent many a night and day, almost nights through in this truck, and when different trials or different searches or things like that are going on, and you're stuck in this truck, and that's why I think that we still have vans, just so we can have a little more room, because after a day or two of being stuck in here, it can get claustrophobic. Barbecue on the River is a perfect example. Sometimes we have 2 or 3 reporters. They'll come back and edit, then another person will come back and edit, and you can only fit so many people into a car when you finally say, I'm hot, I'm miserable, let me have a little room. This way you get, we got air conditions. We can run off of power from, a regular plug-in, but we also have generators, so if we get to a place, plane crash or something like that, trees don't normally give you electricity, so we turn the generator on and we got our power that way, and so we're pretty self-sustainable.
And I have heard some people say this is a satellite truck. It's not a satellite truck.
Not a satellite truck.
What's the difference between a satellite truck and a microwave truck?
Satellite trucks send things to a satellite. And, they're out in space, and there's things for tracking and stuff like that. With a microwave truck, it's pretty much line of sight. So, although I can't see the TV station, there's an antenna on the TV station, and it can pick up, wow, that's loud. You can pick up generally where the antenna is.
Okay.
And we have to figure out generally where the TV station, I know it's that way. We have compasses, so what you get, but we have different antennas in and around the area. We have one in Paducah, we have one in Mayfield, Farmington. We have one in, two in Illinois. So we have different places we can point to.
Okay.
And then they'll send it, and remotely from the TV station, they get it back that way. That's how most of the TV stations work now.
So the top of the tower here on this microwave truck has to be able to basically see the tower somewhere else to feed back to the station.
Yeah, I say see, but it's, in Cape Girardeau, we can go live from Cape Girardeau to here. Now you actually can't see it, but it's line of sight, with people smarter than I am can figure out that, the curvature of the earth and stuff, we may be a little higher and all those kinds of things. But we've had the fluke too, where I've bounced it off of water towers or things like that just to get around corners and stuff.
Wow.
But it's kind of neat. Sometimes this is a really neat place to be, is inside the truck, because you're outside and the weather's nice and the people are usually friendly, and sometimes you're in the truck and it's not nice outside, it's icy and people don't want you to be there, but for the most part, this is my office, and every day's different, and it's kind of cool.
How long have you been working for Local 6?
Oh, I just started 27 years ago, something like that.
27?
26, going on 27 years, so it's been a great place for me. I've been able to raise my daughter and had a family, and been able to do things and see things that a lot of other people can't do, and I hope through what I do and what my guys do, we can show people the things that they only may want to do, whether it's skydiving or whether it's going, into a fire with firemen from time to time. Just different things like that. That's what we try and bring to, so people get to see what we can see and experience it and hear, and not yet smell, but we're working on it.
Great job.
Well, thank you.
And you do a great job.
Well, I appreciate it, and you know what? We still miss you.
Well, thank you, Mike. Everybody knows him as Spiss, Mike Spissinger. Thank you so much for talking to us, and I know there's probably some more kids about to come up to you.
Yeah, probably so. Thanks for giving me my shoulder a rest, too.
Have a great day.
You too.
Right here, buddy.
Well, if you haven't noticed, it's been a very noisy half hour for your City at Work. Touch a Truck is still going on behind me, with the kids having a great time hitting the horns on a lot of the trucks. From the Paducah Park Services Department, thank you so much for joining us for Touch a Truck, and for the City of Paducah, I'm Public Information Officer Pam Spencer. Thank you for watching your City at Work. Normally, when you see a helicopter and a fire truck together, the news can't be good. But today, it's all for fun. For fun.
For fun?
For fun.
3, 2, 1.
I'm not ready. Sorry. All of a sudden I had to it was gone. Everything was